rocker 10. Well, excellent in the first innings. 17 overs, 55 for only one wicket. But certainly deserved much more. Very consistent with his length, with his lines. He'll start the proceedings after lunch. Ben Curran with 2 slips and a gully. Cow point, extra cover, mid-off, mid-on, short mid-wicket, and a deep fine leg.
But Hassan Mahmood, they did well to support Zakir Ali with the bat. What can he do with the ball?
And a deep fine.
Right on the money, he's getting right in line, and that'll be a decent feeling for the batter. First ball after the luncheon interval, you want to get that feel of bat on ball. He's doing some stretching. Hassan Mahmood will be bowling within himself. The first ball, just warming up, 115 clicks. He'll slowly increase pace, but more than pace, Parvez, I think it's a question of accuracy and trying something at times out of the ordinary to entice the batters.
Accuracy with aggression is the order of the day for Naid Rana, Hassan Mahmood, Khalid Ahmed. All three quicks. They are capable. In a pitch which has a little bit for the bowlers. Looking at how the pitch has behaved, some awkward bounce, especially on the higher side, has been happening from the bowling side where Hassan Mahmood is continuing at the moment. So this is where I think tactically Shant has to get it right. And with the new ball, yes, from both the ends, get the fast bowlers running in. As soon as it goes to close to 15 overs, I think it's best to get a spinner bowling from the same end that Mahmood is bowling, and get Naid Rana, Hassan Mahmood and Khalid Ahmed bowling in shorter spells, quick spells from the opposite end.
Oh, he's trying to get that channel, and it's good from Ben Curran, just seeing that angle of the ball, not really getting interested in getting back to bowl. All the time in the world. That's what you can tell yourself with the rest of the day and tomorrow, the 5th day to go. So no one should be in a hurry.
Slowly but surely, Hassan Mahmood warming himself up. First delivery 114.5, the last 134.3. Let's hope that rhythm gods are kind enough so that we have a full day's play. That's the wish.
Oh, that was too close to cut. Polite inquiry, but not the best option of a shot. Very fortunate, didn't get a feather to that one.
Yeah, closer, fuller. Not too sure Ben Curran was trying to go through mid-off for cover point. In the end, he was late to that stroke. Nice presentation of the seam by Hassan Mahmood. Good start. Continuing his good form from the first innings. Nice rhythmic action, runs in, consistently hitting the back of the length.
And this time he's got a good part of the bat, but what about Taijul? That went like a flash, and he was very quick to get down to it. Make sure that it didn't go past. Saved 4 runs, that's for sure.
Going through the after effects of stinging his palms, but definitely saved 4 runs here. Nicely timed by Ben Curran. Taijul Islam have probably an important role to play a bit later on in the day.
Yeah, absolutely. We've seen the Sri Lankan, I beg your pardon, the Zimbabwean. I've got a Sri Lankan sitting next to me. Got me a little confused. The Zimbabwean spinners doing the thing with the spinning the balls. We'll come back to that. 4 without loss. Steady from Zimbabwe. They have a target of 174. Bangladesh, early search for a wicket. They have to break this opening partnership. to put the pressure on the Zimbabwean batters. If these two get a good start, Zimbabwe will be pretty happy with looking towards the target. Naidrana. Just open the face deliberately. Naidrana 3.43. Question of whether he can get the ball to just nip away the red cherry, the new one with the proud seam. Can hit the seam. He can have a little bit of lateral movement too in terms of swing. There it is. Entice the batter. Trying for a little swipe at that one. Missed.
That's the strength as well for Brian Bennett. He's got plenty of his runs in the first inning. 57 runs he made. Plenty of it through the offside, playing free-flowing. And that occasion, the late swing was undoing for the batter. Not much feet movement, but definitely the weight did go across to the offside. But a far better consistent length being bowled by Naidrana.
It is about putting the ball in the right places. Let the ball do the talking. All you do is make sure it lands in the right spot.
Backing up the second delivery as well in a good area. 3 sips and a gully. Waits for the big booming edge. We saw even this morning Mirage was taken in the gully area. Much better by Naidrana. Pitching it up, getting the shape away.
That's too far away from his range to interest the batter. One thing that Naidrana might try, in addition to get those swinging deliveries, just bowl back of length. We've seen Blessing Muzarabani do that, and he's got a similar kind of height. And we've seen evidence of disconcerting bounce from back of a length. And square up the batter, get an edge, get the handle or the shoulder of the bat. That is one variation he just might try to attempt early on. Oh, rode that nicely, guided it with the open face. He's going to go racing away to the boundary.
Yeah, not much bowler could have done much better than that. Right in the corridor, back of the length, as you said, Shamim. But nice and soft by Brian Bennett. He's making sure he's playing with the soft hands. Straight into the ground. Break the shackles after lunch. All the tricks of the trade can be tried by the bowlers, but as far as I'm concerned, to try all those, laying the foundation, setting the tone. As two fast bowlers, I think hunting as a pack of keep on speaking about it from yesterday. It's going to be important. This kind of pitch, as a batter, you're never in. Shot, slightly short, top of the bounce, and Brian Bennett back-to-back boundaries to end the third over. 12 for no loss.
Well, they've not chased too many high scores. 162 was against Pakistan. 1998 in Peshawar, won by 7. 157 versus India, that was 2001. Also against Bangladesh at Harare, scoring 100. But this is a bigger target to win, 174. But they are going well. They've started well. side. Right.
The first innings. The first innings, and he scored 57 runs. 77% of his runs were played through the offside. Every time width was offered, whether it's full or short, he pounced on it. Uses his height very well when he plays in the back foot, uses his front foot really well. Every time width, he says thank you very much and goes after it. Even in this innings, he has scored 3 boundaries and everything through the offside. One streaky, one edgy, but the other 2 he creamed it through car point.
He did indeed. So you'd think that you'd bowl straight at him, try to cramp him for space if it's not comfortable. You can see 47% and behind square 30%. So majority of his runs, 77%, in that area on or about the offside and behind square. Very, very strong. Straighter deliveries to contain him. With once again, but this time round, this was a flashy bat, but not the point of contact that he wanted to.
He was aiming to the grass banks. It was short, plenty of width. Missed out. Missed out. Yes, there was a car point fielder deep, trying to save the boundary. He'll be kicking himself. Very good in the first innings. Missed out on a big one. He would love to finish the job off for Zimbabwe to go 1-0 up in the series.
Oh, that was a tad slower, and he just did not read that. Kept it at low at the same time. Overdone. 26 without loss. There's been domination by the bowlers right from day one here in Sylhet. 10 wickets in the first day, 258 runs, 11 on the second. For a change, not too many overs on the third day, but nevertheless 3 wickets, and now 6 already on day 4. Shows you the domination of bowlers, and that is what's needed from the Bangladeshi perspective now. They need desperately to break this partnership, which is looking very comfortable. Not really been bothered with any vicious deliveries yet. Opens the face, delicately done. 3 fielders going after it, and none of them being able to hold it in. 4 runs.
A good delivery by Hassan Mahmood. Coming round the wicket, changing his angle. Ben Curran coming towards the bowler, using his feet. Undone by the length. I don't think he deliberately opened the face of the bat, but he was beaten comprehensively. Lucky for him, ball went all around the ground. Just as I said, Shamim, from the last over, nothing seems to be going Bangladesh way. They need some sort of inspiration from somebody, a brilliant catch, a brilliant run out, a brilliant couple of deliveries to pick up a couple of wickets from one of the fast bowlers. Something. Who's going to provide that?
There's got to be the bowler on view, or Nahid Rana, to get things started. Oh, lot of power. Thankfully for Bangladesh, it went straight to the fielder.
Yeah, Ben Curran was unlucky. He had 4 written all over it. Ominous signs when Ben Curran is playing through the offside. How many luck in the way, straight to his palms, but that was nicely timed. Not the placement though.
Both batters getting 15 runs at a good clip. 15 balls for Bennett, 17 for Curran. This one a better delivery. Every time there's a good delivery, it's nice the manner in which the shoulder arms are not interested in taking any kind of risk.
Every time seems like Hassan Mahmood goes to the boundary or been driven through the offside or the back foot or the front foot, the follow-up delivery seems to be a good one. Last delivery right on the length. The pace was up. Nice left by Ben Curran.
Yeah, but why isn't he consistently bowling the follow-up deliveries that you're mentioning? He's got to be more disciplined. It's not the easiest thing to do, understandably.
A lot to do with confidence. There you go. Back-to-back good deliveries just outside the yaw stump. And also the body language of the Bangladeshi fieldsmen around the batters is not so great. Not too much chatter. Waiting for something to happen. But as an individual, this is where you want to put your hand up and make that difference.
You just cannot afford for waiting for things to happen. You've got to make things happen here. You've got to be proactive. Najmul Hasan Shanto has got to garner his troops, get them energized. You're right, just one good catch, one good run out might change the psyche, the approach. Down the wicket, almost landed himself into trouble. Wasn't on the cards, he just took a bit of chance walking down.
What was that, Ben Curran? All of a sudden, treating Hasan Mahmood like an off-spinner. It did deviate like an off-spinner away from the left-hander. Not comfortable. No batter in this pitch. I mean, it's comfortable when the ball is there or thereabout in that corridor of uncertainty. Not comfortable. Ben Curran using his feet, comprehensively beaten.
This was angling down the leg side. Good call from his partner. Late response, but eventually they make the run. 31 without loss. Solid start here for Zimbabwe in the second innings, going at around 5 runs and over. When you're chasing 174, they have been so very positive. The bowling left a little to be desired. The accuracy, consistency needed, not quite there. Now the skipper falling on the wiles of Mehdi Hasan Miraj, the right arm offie. Just the 7th over, they've been forced into making the change, trying to break this partnership, which is looking rather ominous for Bangladesh. Decent work from Bennett and Curran. 3 boundaries each.
Mehdi Hasan Miraj, fresh from his 5 in the first innings, 5 for 52. A good move. I like this move, changing the pace of the game, bringing the off spinner. Big question for me, all the awkward bounce the fast bowlers got when Zimbabweans are bowling was from the end that Mehdi Hasan Miraj is bowling. So the temptation for Najmul Hasan Shanto would have been to get Miraj from the opposite end, which is a rocket end, the grandstand end, and get his fast bowlers bowling short spells from the end that Miraj is bowling. Taken the other route, the tough route, hoping that Miraj will contribute with the wicket to break the partnership.
He's bowled 3 very decent deliveries first up. At least what he's done is stem the flow of runs that were coming reasonably easily to the batters. Also, there's a bit of grip. You can see not too much turn, but with the proud seam, you'd expect that extra bit of bounce off the track.
Even in the first innings, though he picked up 5 wickets, it was not turn and bounce, it was just accurate. Bowling to his feel, some soft dismissals, that's his strength. Looking how Wesley Madhaveri and Wellington Masagatsa got some purchase off the pitch. Miraj, if there's something, he'll find it. Far better spinner, very little experience, he knows what's doing. You correctly said, he's just bringing the run rate down, keeping things quiet.
You need that check in the scoring just to bring a little bit of advantage back to the bowling unit. And they're going through quickly. There comes the throw. It's a direct hit, but I think he's made his ground, and the deflection allows extra runs. Oh goodness, and two of them, two more, so 3 runs to end the over, and Zimbabwe comfortably move on to 34 without loss.
Been a very good start for Zimbabwe in chase the target. They are 34 without loss. They need 140 more runs to win this test match. Brian Bennett and Ben Curran both looking good. At Bangladesh's point of view, they need a wicket. They need it badly. Not just one, they need a couple at least in the next few overs. But at the moment, the opening stand for Zimbabwe is looking solid. Hello, Tino.
Good afternoon, Mazza. Last ball of the previous over. Beautifully struck by Ben Curran, and good running as well. Pity about the fielder behind the stumps. I think the ricochet is probably what would have caused a slight problem.
The intent from both the batters showing that they are willing to play their strokes. They need that positive frame of mind. They just can't go out there and occupying the crease only. Scoring runs will surely free their nerves. Never chased this high target ever successfully. But the start has been tremendous for Zimbabwe. That's a peach of a delivery. That took off. Zakir Ali does well to hold on to that one.
Yeah, an important approach always to be positive. Have a look at that delivery again. It's a beauty, just angled in and straightening. And I can almost guarantee you that the conversation in the change room would have been, Brian Bennett, go out there and play your game. Even though he's opening the batting in Test match cricket for the first time, a very positive contribution from him in the first innings is 57 and just 64 balls. Ben Curran is your batter who will anchor the other end, and he will buckle down. 55 balls it took him to take 18, and you can see again today his 18 from 31 as compared to Bennett, a runner ball 15. So they complement each other quite well. Brian Bennett, a much improved defense as well, even though not the biggest mover of his feet. So they've got a nice little combination, and it helps that it's left hand, right hand as well. Well played, bit of extra bounce.
Complementing each other will be the key for the two batters for Zimbabwe, just like their bowlers did. Muzarabani leading the pack, but the likes of Ngarava, Niochi, even the spinners played as a unit, as a bowling unit. So it's important for Zimbabwe. Two openers gave them a solid start already, but these two batters needs to stay there. All of a sudden, if you lose a wicket, things can change dramatically. Fuller delivery, nicely played, straight to the fielder, will get a single, 35 without loss. Therefore, so far belongs to Zimbabwe. First up with the ball and now with the bat. Made strong statement against the host, who are desperate to break this opening stand. Mediasan Miraj to continue from the Dutch Bangla Bank end. Picked up a 5-wicket haul in the first innings, and Bangladesh surely wants him to replicate that again in the second innings. We haven't seen much of a turn yet, Tino. However, the likes of Madevere and Masakadza did get some sort of purchase. Someone like Miraj, who mostly relies on turn, it's been a great comeback for him in the first innings, picking up 5. Now let's see where he bowls.
Yeah, if he's starting to get some turn like we've seen from Zimbabwe, then that's an added advantage. And it looks like he might just be, because he's got great skill, and those 5 wickets that he got in that first innings were due to how miserly he was. Varied his pace very well, his line, his angles from the crease. So if he can manage to do that and then get some turn as well, then he'll certainly be a handful for the Zimbabwean batters.
Had the opportunity to speak with the spin bowling coach of Bangladesh, Sohail Islam, but he mentioned that the patience will be key since they know there's not much turn in the surface. They will be travelling Sri Lanka, so they are preparing for that tour as well. Even if there's no turn, the spinners can play their part. Goes for the reverse, Ben Karan. What a shot that is. Timed it to perfection.
Calculated from Ben Curran. It's not a shot I've seen him play a lot, but I'll tell you what, he's nailed this one. Finds the gap beautifully. Zimbabwe move on to 39.
The type of positive intent Zimbabwe will look to continue. Every run matters for Bangladesh's point of view. They've got that dilemma of looking to pick up wickets at the same time. They can't leak too many runs. Runs a lot slower. End of the over, 39 without loss. Well, the recent records may not suggest Zimbabwe are the one who successfully chased the target. But today, they've got the start. They can believe they can chase this target. But for that, these two batters need to continue. Bangladesh, on the other hand, will be desperate to pick up a wicket. Khalid Ahmed comes in, 32 years of age. Look to get those extra bit of bounce that the likes of Ngarava and Muzarabani purchased from the surface. But 2 slip and a gully in place for Bennett. Probably an inside edge. Huge shout, huge shout. I really feel there was an inside edge, Tino.
Yeah. 2 sounds and definitely the inside edge onto the pad. I don't think this will be a good review to take. sensible from Nazmul Hussain Shanto in the end.
Really think there was an inside edge, but we need to give a closer look at it. Yep, big inside edge. I overheard from the stump mic someone from the Bangladeshi fielders suggested that he's got a bat on that one. Good for Shanto. He didn't take the review though. That's down the leg side. We'll get the boundary. Confirmation, it's a leg by.
Well, the line started just a little too straight here, and because of that, the keeper was unsighted for a while. So once it brushes the thigh pad, he's got no chance, literally, to get the glove behind it. Welcome, welcome runs for Zimbabwe.
Nicely flicked that away. Good work by Nahid Rana. Very good fielding, very good commitment.
That's nicely timed. Perfect position. Head nicely over the ball, and that's a great bit of fielding from Nahid Rana. Young, yes, but it's a long way down for him. Appreciated by the senior statesman Mushfiqur Rahim.
Never easy for the tall fast bowlers to bend down. They need more of those, Bangladesh. They need something exceptional here. Nicely bowled. Yeah, just you were talking about Brian Bennett. He's an exciting prospect. He was the leading run getter for Zimbabwe under-19 2022 World Cup. And he made his first-class debut for Mountaineers against Mashonaland Eagles in the 2022-23 season in the Logan Cup. He made his first-class debut in a dramatic fashion, Tino. He was the concussion substitute for another player called Spencer Magodo. Hope you remember.
Nice bit of running from the Zimbabwe pair, approaching half-century stand. .129 wide now by Zimbabwe.
No.
End of the over, 45 without loss. The first session of the fourth day belongs to Zimbabwe. They managed to bundle out Bangladesh, and at the moment their batters are dominating the second session as well. There will be a bit of concern in the dressing room and also in the field. Floodlights on. It's a bit gloomy here in Sylhet. And it's looking gloomy for Bangladesh as well, Tino.
There's still lots in this test match, believe me. We've seen it all the way through. Let's take a look at the average turn here at Sylhet. Previous test matches, 3.6. This one just at 2.5, and that'll be a result of the surface that we've had, a lot of grass, and hasn't provided conditions for the ball to turn and grip on. Outfield very lush as well, so keeps the ball nice and new for longer.
Bowling at a very good line and length, Medias and Miraj, but it's important to keep the pressure up from the other end as well.
Searching for reverse.
Will get a single, Ben Karan. Easing through at the moment, both the batters.
Now long on back, and the deep mid wicket as well to Brian Bennett, but no deep backward square. So what he's saying to him is, if you want to play that ball to the leg side, then you're going to have to go across the line to force it behind square with any momentum if you're looking for a boundary. And Shanto does need to spread the field like this, because spinner on early, he knows that Brian Bennett is not afraid to go over the top. He'll take him on. As much as he's looking for wickets, he's also got to remember that Zimbabwe only require 128 now, so got to protect the boundaries as well.
That's a good sign, guys.
Just one from the over, 46 without loss. Been a very good start for Zimbabwe, 46 without loss. Once again, the opening stand putting up a very good start for them. They need 128 runs to win this test match. 46 without loss after Bangladesh were bundled out for 255. Once again, Muza Rabbani, the pick of the bowlers, picking up his third 5-wicket haul. So the first Zimbabwean pacer who registered a 7-wicket haul earlier in this year. Ben Karan does well to play that with soft hands that force the ball to go all along the carpet. Oh, that's a rip snorter. How did that miss that bat, even the stump? Outstanding bowling.
Well, I missed the stump because it bounced a bit. I don't know how it's missed the bat, Maza. This is an absolute perler. Look at that. Oh! That is a coat of varnish away from that outside edge.
Got him in the half. Wow. They need a bit of luck as well, Bangladesh. Nicely driven this time though.
Now these are the kind of deliveries that you just totally forget about once they've gone past you. Little brush on the back thigh pad. Look at that. Look at where it's pitched. Look at where it goes past that outside edge. Gem of a delivery.
Played with soft hands. Better for Ben Curran to go at the other end.
Just take a look at this. We were having a look at the ball 3 deliveries ago that went across him, and this one as well. Ben Curran just closing the bat face on this delivery, looking to go leg side. Just there. Look at the bat coming across him, looking to play onside. Now with Kylie taking the ball away from him like he is, I think he's just got to be looking to go a little bit up the ground more. Present the full face a little bit more.
That sounded good. Just protection in the deep. We'll get a single. Yeah, even the delivery that missed that outside edge, Tino, he closed the face of the bat a bit early. So the intention was to play on the onside. Can be dangerous.
Yeah, I mean, if the ball's coming into you, then it's a different story. We know that Khalid will just continuously take the ball away from the left-hander or get the ball to nip away from him. So that should be in the back of his mind. If it is a case of looking to go through the onside, that ball's got to be really full on the legs without any risk of getting a leading edge to that slip cordon.
Going for the second. Good throw, might have been interesting, but 50 comes up for Zimbabwe. After 12, they're 50 for none. Consecutive 50-run stand from these openers. They added 69 in the first innings and now 50 in the second, the most crucial one for Zimbabwe. These two batters need to stay there. Creating that positivity in the dressing room.
Yeah, they've ticked the box for Zimbabwe, these two. They've made sure that they've not given an opening to the Bangladesh bowlers. Neutralized the seamers early on. The way they've gone about their business so far will certainly give a bit of calm about the change room and the dugout. Now, I think that was a chance.
I'm afraid that was not Tino, inside edge. But yeah, that turned a bit more than we have seen so far in this innings.
That was thick inside edge and then onto the thigh pad. Bit of grip on that occasion.
On the front foot this time. Bennett looking to play on the back foot. pretty often against the spinner. End of a very good over. A maiden from Medias and Miraj. 50 for none, Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe 50 without loss. They need 124 runs to win this test match. They haven't won a test match in the last 10 matches. They are desperate to win this. They've got the opportunity to win this one. They've got the start, they've got the platform laid by the two openers. Bangladesh winning the previous test match against West Indies. Both the teams are desperate for a win. Nicely played, straight to the fielder.
Still an attacking field. The slips. Mehdi Hassan Miraj in the gully. Bangladesh will just be thinking, we just need an opening here. It's a new man in.
They need something exceptional here, Bangladesh. Someone needs to inspire the others. Yes, there is a captain in the field, but at the same time, players like Mushfiqur Rahim, Mominul Haq surely needs to come up and discuss with the captain. Perhaps looking to create a new way. Things at the moment looking really easy for Zimbabwe.
Yeah, sometimes it's just that moment of brilliance that you need, that can just lift the team. And I must say, fans, it looks like a very, very difficult task for Bangladesh.
Offline. Get a couple. Given by the umpire. Each run is too valuable in the context of this test match, especially for Bangladesh. They're looking to break this partnership. At the same time, they can't afford to leak too many runs. Never easy when you're in this sort of situation, Tino. Nicely bowled. Last time there was the partnership, Zimbabwe going to win by 130 runs. against Bangladesh. It was back in 2011. UCC Banda and Tino Maweo, you were part of that 100-run stand.
I was actually. It was our first test match back in the test match cricket after 6 years of self-isolation. It was against Bangladesh in Harare. It's a good thing it's our last ball, and we're not going to get onto the conversation of how I got out. 52 for none. It's also time for refreshments.
It's been a very, very impressive performance by Zimbabwe in the second innings, chasing 174. They've gone on to 52 without losing a wicket. Really frustrated the Bangladeshi bowlers. Let's a quick look at the match summary. 191 posted by Bangladesh, a lead taken by Zimbabwe. Bangladesh a little more in the second essay, but not enough. 174 the target. They've got 122 to go. The two openers, Brian Bennett and Ben Curran, have had a very, very confident looking start. Maybe riding that bounce well. Any time the wicket was offered onto it, both batsmen, the left-hander and the right-hander, every occasion the ballers found some weight. Now that was a little lucky, inducing the edge. And at times you open the face, you reverse the ball, oozing with confidence. Bangladesh desperately in search of a wicket. Look at that. 28 each of 56 balls each. 17 and 17. That is very, very good from these two. 52 unbeaten, looking to take their team to a win. Be a historic win. It will be the highest run chased by Zimbabwe if they can manage it. Bangladesh, Arthur, desperately need a breakthrough.
Yes, such a solid start. This is one more time. Remember, they added on 69 in that first inning when they managed to take that lead. Went on to score 273. And they've been pretty impressive in this short career. Yeah, 4 test matches for Ben Curran and Brian Bennett, who already has a test match 100, which was against Afghanistan in Bulawayo. Once again, have looked pretty solid here. Now Bangladesh in search of a bowler to pick up a wicket. They've used 4 bowlers, Shamim, but no signs of Taijul Islam yet.
That's a bit of a surprise because if 14 overs have been bowled, they're banking on Mehdi Hassan Miraj. Comes in now after the break. And after the break, as we have seen before, there's always a lapse of concentration amongst the batters. And that is the advantage that you've got to take as a bowler. Yes, before they get their focus back in, try to get that desperately needed breakthrough. Oh, got back, depth of the crease. Not too much turn from the bowling of Mehdi Hasan Miraj, but what he's done, as we saw in his Piper in the first innings, is the variation of the pace and the lines. Fielder going from forward short to silly point. To the lid is Momin ul Haq. Too short, too comfortable to put it away with disdain, racing away to the boundary.
This is looking very good for Zimbabwe, but not good for Bangladesh. Just a touch wide and short, and he puts it away. Brian Bennett has looked solid. That is a cracking square cut. Poor delivery. The problem for Bangladesh that not only that they have failed to pick up a wicket, the runs have come in a pretty decent manner. Just close to 4 runs in an over, 3.86 the run rate.
And one of the reasons for that is that amongst the decent beats of bowling, there have been some rather loose ones. So consistency and the discipline that was needed to keep it tight and put the pressure back on the Zimbabwean batters has not been there. And to give credit to the Zim batters, they've waited for those loose deliveries to come along. Another change, that silly point taken away back to forward short leg.
Out of the score of 56, 57% of runs have come in boundaries. That's 8 boundaries, 4 apiece. It just shows where they have bowled.
Gets the inside part of the bat. No damage done. 56 without loss.
যে সিমে ইচ্ছা করো ভাই আমি জানি না জোরের উপরে যেভাবে লাস্ট ওভার অনেক ভাই